All right, good afternoon. So this is our interview for launching new ventures class. I have a business owner here. He will be telling us about how he runs his business and essentially everything to do with his business. So if you don't mind just introducing yourself, just tell me your full name and the name of your business and what the business involves.
Well, welcome to Twin Oaks Plaza. My name is Vinton Wright. Uh, Property owner here for this building over 2.5, 3 years now.
Nice.
You know, it's a good venture, turning over enough income for me to be comfortable. I might say I'm living well, and I'm enjoying life, and I thank God for the business and this opportunity.
Awesome. So, what did you do before you started, this particular business?
Well, initially, when I first came to this country, I'm from Jamaica.
Mm-hmm.
So when I came to this country in 1992,
Mm-hmm.
you know, I
That's
came.
the year I was born.
Oh man, you baby.
Yeah.
And I used to fix sewing machines back home.
Mm.
Used to have my own business back there too, so I'm always looking to advance myself,
Mm.
you know. And when I came to this country, I realized I couldn't find any business or any job even in that field.
Mm.
So I had to try something else. Not knowing anything else besides fixing sewing machines, I went to mechanic school and I learned to fix cars. And I did fairly well there, comfortably enough, where I was earning a decent living.
Mm.
Started to do my own business in '98, fixing cars. And I got injured in 2010. Broke my leg, he broke my leg.
No problem.
Broke my leg playing soccer.
I maybe helped.
Broke my leg playing soccer and injured my back, so I can't do too much of the bending over or the running or standing or anything too much. I pay for it the next day severely. So I started a cleaning business. Started to clean offices and new construction and all that kind of stuff. As you can see, this is one of my card for that particular business there.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, and you still have this business?
Still have this business as well also. So I started that. So I eventually, I was cleaning. This was one of my, this was one of my contracts to clean this property.
Ah.
Yeah. And the owner took sick. He had cancer to this day. He's not doing well in the day. Now he's in the day now. And this building go for sale. And I see the possibilities what this building can do if it runs correctly. Back then we only had I have presently in this 2 buildings here 45 offices.
Oh.
72 tenants.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. So, and we only had 6 tenants then. So I said, if this thing runs good, this could yield somebody a decent income.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't take much to run this place. So I make an offer and he responded, we like it, we signed, and I purchased the property.
Wow. So you saw an opportunity where, it was up for sale and you saw the intention of where it could drastically be way better than what it is back then. So from 6 tenants all the way up to 72.
72 now. I have it to 72 now.
That's big growth.
All the offices are maxed out, filled out thoroughly.
That's awesome.
I have good tenants. Some of them iffy, but more than average is pretty good.
Awesome. That's good. So let's talk about the form of business ownership for this particular business. So do you have an LLC or you registered as an LLC or a C Corp or a sole proprietorship?
Well, initially I had the C Corp, and my lawyer and I would sit down and I would discuss the best way and the financial advice and all that kind of stuff, and they signed up the LLC, so I don't even deal with anything. They handle all of that kind of stuff because I didn't have time for it.
Okay, so you have legal representatives that help you in that regard, so you didn't need to fully understand
No,
how
no.
the LLC works versus the C corp and all that
I
good
don't
stuff.
have time for
Awesome. So
It's consumed my mind, and I gotta think of improving. I need space for that.
yeah, that's stuff that you don't have to
No,
worry about. You
no,
just hire someone
no.
and get that done.
Yes.
Awesome. That's perfect. So as you say, the lawyer chose everything for you.
Yeah, the lawyer
So-
and the financial advisor, they sit down and
Gotcha.
discuss this thing and then put it to me, and I said, okay.
Gotcha. So in terms of permits, did you have to get any permits to
No.
start the process, or?
There was no permit for the
Um,
building already established.
Oh, okay, gotcha. It was already established. Everything was already in place.
One work was done,
Gotcha.
just for me to take over and continue where it is.
Awesome. So you mentioned a little bit of how you acquired the building, which is perfect. Was there any return on your investment that you were looking for,
Well-
or you just decided to just purchase the building and then you just decide to go ahead with it,
Well,
not knowing?
I wasn't looking for any return in particular. I know the return would be good,
Gotcha.
great.
Mm,
So I said, okay, the potential is there, the opportunity is there, take it.
okay. Awesome.
So for me to put a figure to it, over time, I did put a figure as well, because if I presently say, if I'm getting a $30,000 monthly income from the business,
Mm-hmm.
I see how can I grow that. I always look for ways of growing it without messing with my tenants.
Yeah. Gotcha. Gotcha.
You know,
Yeah. Mhm.
without hurting them. You know.
Okay.
So, but it's doing great. So it's okay.
Gotcha. So how were you able to grow the business from 6 tenants back then to 45? Like, what did you see that
Because
you needed to do to be able to do that?
initially, when I first started, when I realized this place was for sale, I see what the demographic is of the area, what type of business out there, and who is looking.
Gotcha.
So the previous owner allowed me to feed it out first before I put it aside the paper.
Oh, I gotcha. Like a trial period, essentially. That's
Because
awesome.
we had that kind of relationship. You know, he's a big man. He got 2 apartment buildings up in Sarasota, so he would
Oh,
make this.
Yeah, gotcha. Yeah.
You know what I mean? So he
You
allowed.
didn't have much time to deal with this. Okay, gotcha.
So
So you saw where it could lead to more tenants, which lead
absolutely,
to more.
absolutely, because
Gotcha.
we got wasted space here before, and I started to talk to tenants that we have here already. If they don't know anyone else who will come in and do what they do, because I have 10 beauty salons here.
Oh, wow.
I got 3 barbers, 3 massage therapists, 4 nail tech, 4 nail tech, 4 esthetician for the eyes and whatever and all kind of stuff. I got a nursing school.
Really?
I got a realtor. I got 3 bail bonds people. I got the bond school for offenders who,
Yeah.
you know, they go to school to
Traffic school and stuff like
yeah,
that.
they train. Some of the classes that they had to teach mostly is abuse
Oh.
counseling. I got room for that. I got
So essentially, it's a one-stop shop.
yeah,
Pretty
everything
much.
you want is right here.
It's a one-stop
Right.
shop. That's
I had a
awesome.
lawyer once, but now she's joined up with someone else, so
Oh, okay,
she's no
gotcha.
longer here. So I got a touch of everybody here,
That's awesome.
you know. So when I go out there and I see who's there, so I start to advertise the way how they were advertising before. Advertise on Craigslist, Facebook, that kind of stuff, and my phone would never stop ringing.
So that's how you're able to market the,
Yes,
the building.
my
on
office was over
Facebook
there.
and-
Now I have to rent my office out.
Oh wow!
No, I rent the conference room out. That's
So much
why
in demand.
Yes.
Wow, that's
And
awesome.
I have a waiting list. See my book there, waiting list a mile long.
Really? Wow.
Every day, 4 or 5 people call
Wow.
one space to rent.
Awesome. So you use Craigslist, Facebook. Do you use signs on?
Yeah,
on
I had a sign outside there too.
Yeah, when I drove in, I saw the
Yeah.
sign as well.
You know,
So
so
that's
it
awesome.
was. It didn't take long. But this thing don't just blow up overnight like that. It's unbelievable.
So when you signed off on the deal, you already had, you know, the 6 tenants in the building already.
Mm-hmm.
How long did it take you to get that your first tenant per se
About a
after
week.
that deal? About a week.
About a
Wow.
week.
Wow. So you didn't have much. Did you have any startup costs that you had to?
No, because everything was already in place. I just the changes that I want to make to the
Gotcha.
property is my expense.
Gotcha.
So startup cost was now zero.
Gotcha.
I just gotta do changes and it costs money to make changes.
Gotcha.
You know.
So now in terms of your tenants, what sort of liabilities do you have in place, and do you have insurance like
Well, I have insurance for the property period.
for the property? Okay.
And that's if anything break, insurance take care of it. If somebody hurt themselves, insurance take care of it. You got nothing to do with me.
Awesome. That's good. So you're separate and apart from
No,
it. So
I'm
if someone
not-
comes
I'm
in
not-
to
I'm
sue
just a
you,
body here.
you're just here.
And so you know me, they're gonna sue someone.
I get you. That's awesome. So with the tenants as well, do you have a lease with them?
Yes.
How
yeah,
long?
at least with
A yearly lease? Okay. And is the turnover ratio pretty high, or usually
Initially, people see the opportunity, but the rent was very low. Like a room like this, initially was like $300 a month.
Really? Oh.
So, your barber come in here, he jumps on this, he can make his rent in a week or less.
Yeah, less than that.
You know, you got barber here who's unbelievable. Unbelievable. They could pay that rent in over and over and over and over and over.
Wow.
But, you know, so the turnover rate was popping, but there's one go, one come in.
Mhm.
I used to have empty space. So every so often I have 4, 5, 6 empty space, and then the time I fill back up, then the empty fill back up, different spots, not the same location.
Gotcha.
But pretty now from last September, I haven't had a tenant leave since then.
Oh, really? Wow, that's awesome.
One is leaving at the end of this month, and it's just for health reasons.
I get you.
And but I got 2 people.
Someone
who
lined up already. Wow, that's
I got 2
awesome.
people to choose from.
Yeah.
I got 10 of my tenants now looking for expansion.
Wow, that's awesome.
So that part of it is taken care of.
Taken care of.
Mhm.
Awesome. So talk to me about the employees or contractors that you hire. How many employees do you have? Are they part-time, full-time, or you have no employee at all, just contractors?
I got other things that I do, but for this, it's pretty much run itself. Only thing we have to do is be here every day to clean up.
Gotcha.
You know, so that's that person comes every day, clean the restrooms, clean, sweep, do whatever the case may be. And I, from my other entities, those people can come in and paint if needs be, or replace some flooring, whatever the case may be.
Gotcha.
So I don't really have nobody per se hired to this part.
Gotcha. So you don't have a W-2 employee per
Not
se,
for
but
this,
you
no.
have contractors
Right, people who
essentially,
could come in now
or
to-
1099 contractors that
Right.
just come in, you pay them something.
What
and
I do,
that's it.
I hire an AC company to come fix the AC.
Yeah. Gotcha.
Electrician to come and do electric work.
Gotcha.
Plumber, you know, so I don't really have my employee to the business.
Gotcha.
I hire people to come in and do whatever I can do or I don't want to do, and pay them when they're gone.
So 72 tenants is a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So do you have a property manager, or
I do that.
you field all those calls and say, oh, 72, are we gonna call that
Yeah,
one?
I got somebody, my daughter who's on the East Coast there. She takes somebody calls something they don't know it out for me.
Oh, okay, that's awesome. That's good.
But I take mostly. I got three phones.
3 phones.
3 phones.
I guess
So-
that's
Mhm.
as an entrepreneur you
Yeah.
have to have those phones.
Yeah.
So especially because you have your other businesses as well.
Absolutely.
So I'm sure you're
So,
a very
no,
busy
no,
man.
This is a phone. Not everybody knows the number. This one, some people know the number.
Gotcha.
So,
Okay,
you
that's
know,
good.
mhm.
So you don't have any per se employees specifically for this business,
No.
but you hire different people
Mhm.
to do the work and stuff like that. which means you don't need insurance for those
No,
employees
no.
because they're.
So those did
they're
not help me to limit
sourced.
my outgoings
Gotcha.
for this property.
So you essentially knew how to run a business because you had your mechanic business before.
Mhm.
So
I have
you
my-
kind of knew what you needed to do, to
I'm
limit
always
your
a thinker,
spending.
a reader, a studier, and I look at things and figure things out and look for the best way to do things.
Mm.
That's just me.
Awesome.
I try to see the positive side of things, and I don't got time for negative stuff.
Gotcha.
You know.
So how did it feel to get your tenants are here, you have new tenants moving into the property. How did it feel getting your first payment from these tenants? Did you think it was a good thing that you did when you saw that first payment, or you're like,
Well,
maybe I didn't make a good choice?
I couldn't do better.
Oh yeah?
I couldn't do better.
Oh, that's awesome.
Now that I've filled up everything, and I basically had nothing to do with space more than collect off of it. I want to get somewhere else.
Gotcha.
That's what I would love to do. But
Awesome.
I can't. But this concept of this property, I don't see it anywhere else.
So one of a kind.
Yes, and that's what I would love to have. This same concept, this same setup. You know,
Gotcha.
but it's hard to find. I've searched all over the place.
So speaking about that, it sounds like you are looking to expand the business, but you're finding the same type of concept, but you're not able to.
No, I'm not finding the concept.
You're not.
I'm not finding it. It's not out there. If it's out there, I don't know.
What about building it? What do you think?
That I'm thinking. I
Yeah.
tried to grab a few spots to do it, but the cost.
Mm.
The cost.
It's gonna take a long time before you see.
Well, for
the
example,
benefits of
next
that.
door, it's for sale.
Okay.
It's 2 floors, and then the parking garage downstairs. Upstairs, they got 4 tenants up there now, and they got a ton of empty space. The second floor is totally empty and it's
Really?
gutted.
Wow.
Nothing is in there. From the hurricane, come and broke out some windows and the water get in there, ruin the whole floor. So everything is totally just a frame in there. Nothing, no walls, nothing is in there.
So that's an
So,
opportunity that you're
I'm
looking at.
looking
to
at
see.
to get that place so I could, but they don't want to give me what I want it for, because to get it back up to rent of the space, it's gonna take another $1 million to do.
Yeah.
And if I'm gonna put $1 million to fix, I'm not gonna pay 1.5 for it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's all right.
So I offered them a figure, so they're stewing on it, so I leave them to that. If not, I just keep doing what I'm doing.
I get you. So talk to me about payments with regards to the tenants, right? So how do you get paid? How do they pay? Do they pay via cash or direct deposit into your bank account, or you use QuickBooks? They pay. How does that
Well, I
work?
try not to take cash from them
Okay.
because I need to keep records
Mhm.
of all the payments I got. If I do take cash, I document that. But the term I don't want it. I got a few tenants that I take PayPal. That's where most of them pay me through PayPal.
Okay.
I got a couple that pay me through Cash App or Zelle, and there's some that drops the money order into the Dropbox or give it my hand.
Gotcha.
But 90% of them pay through PayPal.
So 72 tenants. Do you use QuickBooks any at all to
No, I just use a spreadsheet.
a spreadsheet? Gotcha. So are you able to keep track of everything using that spreadsheet?
I have multiple spreadsheets.
Multiple spreadsheets, and you run that spreadsheet?
Yes, I have
by
them
yourself.
out.
Okay, gotcha. So in terms of the monthly expenses for the property, right? Of course, I'm sure you're gonna have your electric bill, or do the tenants pay those,
Well,
or you
the
take care of
tenants,
that?
they pay their rent and the light bill.
That's it.
Water is on me.
Okay, gotcha.
The commissary lights are responsible for those. The hallways, the kitchen, the restrooms, stuff like that. Anything in their unit, they pay for.
They pay for it. Okay, gotcha. So how do you keep track of paying these monthly expenses?
Well, make an agreement with LCEC and FGUA and
the water company and all these people. So is it a direct deposit?
yeah, they
Or
take it from my,
a
they take it from my
withdrawal?
account.
Okay, gotcha. They just take it directly.
I set up a
from-
certain account for them to take that from.
Okay, and so you don't have to deal with that. Okay,
I don't want no responsibility.
awesome. That's good.
I will forget.
Yeah. we're humans.
Yes.
We're mind is not as sharp as we want it to be at times.
Mhm.
So was the job harder or easier with the more tenants you had you get?
Well, it's not really a job per se.
Gotcha. Yeah.
You know, but it come with more tenant. It comes more responsibility, more work.
Mm-hmm.
Because, for example, a stylist will see 60 or 70 people a month,
Mm-hmm.
and they come with their kids or whoever, and when they use the restroom and all that kind of stuff, you know, it's more paper towel, it's more hand towel, it's more toilet tissue. Tissue is more cleaning, it's more
things
mess
might
to
break.
deal with, more, you know. So with them, it comes more responsibilities and more expense per se.
Gotcha. So do you have a system in place where you're able to check, let's say on a weekly basis or a monthly basis, you check to see what's needed in the property, let's say more paper towels
Well,
or...
Everything right now is pretty stable with the usage of it.
Mhm.
The only thing was like I run by you earlier, the water thing that goes up.
Mhm.
This is the third time now it happened. One time we had them broke in the ground, and I had to fix that. That cost me almost $2,000 to with the whole thing. And another time it was like $1,500. Another leak again in one of the toilets. And
So just for the viewers, he was telling me about a leakage that he was trying to find right before I came, because that's essentially increasing the water rate tremendously from what you normally pay. So those are the expenses that those anomalies that you have to kind of find and fix. Those are the things that you have to fix throughout the process. So you don't use a property manager, not even to fix these things or to find out.
No, if I can't do it, I'd call a plumber.
Okay, you got you. So you just hire people. You essentially take care of everything on the property yourself, and if you can't, you outsource it.
Yeah.
Right.
Or if I don't want to, I might call someone.
Yeah, you might call someone.
If I don't do something, my day is gonna just be playing soccer.
Yeah, that is true. So what would you say is the most challenging thing you faced during this particular business? Being a property manager, being the owner for 72 tenants, and have to keep up with the property and all that good stuff.
Well, a couple of things. One, initially, was for them to give me the respect that comes along with running the property. Because, for example, if I rent you the spot, and because everybody has a rule, I give them a copy of it, which I could show it to you, of the do's and the don'ts.
Like a contract,
Right.
really.
Yeah. So, for me to tell you, listen, don't leave your garbage in the lunchroom, because I see, sometimes I want to give you an attitude, or look at you bad, or do something wrong, or whatever the case may be. But I quickly said, listen, there's a door.
Okay.
That was one of the challenges. And I have their customer come in and want to abuse the property, and because of, might I dare say, my skin color or what I look like, I cannot be the man to own the property.
Running this property.
So
or to be
who are
owning
you to be talking to me or telling me not to smoke marijuana in the parking lot and all that kind of stuff? And it's just those little things.
Gotcha. So essentially getting the respect of being the owner of the business, and essentially making the tenants know that, hey, these are the rules and you need to follow these rules and stuff
So
like
this
that.
is one of the reasons why initially I had to do a quick turnover, because I couldn't get people to comply.
Gotcha.
And I was never going to allow them to come in and abuse the property or me. So it forces me to do things, get things, stand up for myself,
Gotcha.
and call the cops when necessary.
Yeah.
You know.
I gotcha. So Yeah, you said you have quite a few businesses along with this one, and it seems like you're a very busy person running two or three businesses all at once. So what is the ultimate goal of what's the reason for you to be doing all of this?
Well, I have 5 children.
Mm.
One adopted makes 6, and so far I got 8 grandchildren.
Wow, it's a big family.
Yes. You know,
Yeah.
and a host of other relatives. But initially, I want to leave my grandchildren. I told my kids, "There's nothing for you." Which I'm just saying.
Yeah.
They gouge me.
Yeah, yeah.
I said, "Nothing for you," you know.
Mm.
So they make sure they have kids. With a kid, and so I'm working to leave them a nest egg.
Gotcha. So you're just
And for me
leaving
to
it.
have financial freedom, because I don't plan on doing it for too much longer when I put on my feet.
Gotcha.
You know?
So essentially, leaving a legacy for your family, and essentially for financial freedom. So you're
Correct.
putting yourself through the hard work of
Yeah.
running these properties, running these businesses. So at the end of the day, your
Yeah.
time, you can just sit, relax, and
I'll
enjoy
pass
life.
it over to them, let they pick it up and do.
Gotcha.
You know,
Gotcha.
I got my son now who is trying to do the other ones on the outside. I got my daughters coming here so often and help out and learn what needs to be done and all that kind of stuff.
That's good.
Mm.
That's awesome.
So.
I'm hoping to be there once, one of these days.
Yeah.
So I know you have you don't have much time left, but I just want to ask you this one question. Is there anything you'd like to finish this interview with? Any sort of knowledge you want to impart on us as students trying to take the entrepreneurship path? Anything you want to leave with us?
Well, never say never. Follow your dream. And if you have, the Word of God says, you have a vision, write it down and make it plain. So you can write your vision on a piece of paper, stick it on a wall in your bedroom. So you can always remember, this is my goal. This is my vision. This is what I'm striving for. This is what I go to work for. This is what I would love to have, or where to be, or help you to realize where you're going. And oftentimes, as human beings, we deviate. But when you wake up in the morning and look and you see it, it brings you back
brings you back to that path.
But you have to be persistent and just have good moral character and avoid bad companies, you know, and tell very little people your dream.
True.
You know.
That I've heard
Yes.
quite a lot.
Tell very little people your dream, because how long now I know you?
For a good while. since I've been in Lehigh, right? And I didn't even know you had, all these businesses.
Everybody thought I only do mechanic work because that's
yeah.
what people know what I do.
Yeah.
Everything else is private unless I'm working for you.
Yeah, awesome. That's good. Well, Mr. Vinny, thank you very much for doing this interview. You didn't have to do it, and I really do appreciate it.
Anything to help a brother.
Awesome, I appreciate it. Well, this concludes the interview. Thank you guys for listening or watching. I appreciate it.
All right, sir. But